welcome back to the club. We're your hosts. I'm Eboné Chatman.
And I'm Akilah Ffriend.
You guys, it is summer and people are officially outside.
Okay. Not just people, we're outside. Okay.
We're outside. We've been outside.
We've been outside.
Okay.
In general, as we start seeing more people come out of quarantine and squad goals all about our feeds, we can't help but wonder, what does it truly mean to be in squad goals?
Yeah.
And what do we look for in friendships? And so I feel like as the summer is getting started and ramping up, y'all need to know this too.
Y'all need to know. You know what? I low-key have squad goal envy.
Oh, that's a good one.
I do.
Okay, why?
Because all of my friends are such individual friends. Like, I have, like, friends from high school, friends from college, and friends that I meet out. But it's like none of them all connect. And the only one connecting group that I could have is my sorors that I've met and made connections with. But that's all still very new. Like, it's not a squad yet. You get me? Like, we're a squad because we're all sorors, but
your squad's in training. You're kind of like, I'm still sussing it out a little bit. And it's not just you. Probably everyone is kind of still sussing it out a bit.
No, they're not. They're not, because on my timeline, I'm like, people legit have whole squads that they've been rolling with, and I don't understand it. And people who even are like, oh, I'm new to LA, I haven't really been here that long. I'm like, they have whole squads that they roll deep with, and they go to the parties, and they have the groups, and they have the game nights and the whole thing. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? I want that.
Yes,
I have squad go envy.
Yeah, no, that is. I love the way you put that, because it's kind of like, and I'm thinking, is it part of adulting? Because when we were younger, middle school, high school, college even, like, you had your squad. You know what I mean? Everyone was there. Everyone was there. But as adults, it seems to be so much like, I don't know if we're just more particular or if it's just a thing like, oh no, I already have my people. So if you coming through, like, I need you to check all the boxes. I need you to be driving luxury before you're entering the squad. And I think that's what makes it a little harder. But I feel it too, because, you know, I'm new to LA. I don't know how much longer I can say that. But I am new to LA.
I think you have 5 years.
I feel like, yes. Okay, good. I have a solid 5 years, and I feel like last year didn't count with COVID. So I am absolutely new.
You're
not even one.
You're not even one yet?
I won't even be one. I'll be one after we turn one with the BCC. So yeah, I've been here for like 2 months. And I agree with you. I feel like I came here and there's been a mixture of, yes, people just want to hang out, and it's been great, but at the same time, it's like you go out and you're like, wait, how did some of these folks who also just moved here seem to have all the friends of the world? And oftentimes it's from the same area too. So you've already found that commonality.
But they made that connection.
And you made the connection.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, oh, I'm from Texas. Oh, me too. And then it's like, now you're a squad.
Yes.
But like, my thing is just, I also have squad envy because I'm so exhausted of like trying to schedule all of my friends in at different times of my life. Like, if we could all just hang out together, this would make my life personally easier. So that's another selfish reason why I want a squad. We can all just hang out together at one time, done.
You know, some people, and I say some people because sometimes it's me, I realize, like, I love the idea of groups too, but I'm starting to, I feel like, itch more towards wanting that whole individual, like, connections with folks and feeling like, okay, like, we do this, y'all do this, we do this, and then occasionally we all, like, everyone knows of everyone, but it doesn't have to be every single time.
Right.
You know, and I know that's not what you're saying either, but I'm saying, like, you know, the squad goes, how big does a squad have to be a squad? You know what I mean? Because I feel like we a squad. But at the same time, if 1 or 2 people join the squad, I'm like, okay, that's still fun. You know?
Yeah. Honestly, my rule of thumb, even on vacation, it's like 4 girls. That is I told you that, huh? I was like, my rule of thumb is like no more than 4 to 5 girls. When 5 is even pushing it, when I'm going out or like going on a vacation or going on a trip like that. So that for me is a squad. 4 people.
Yes. No, but for me, it's not necessarily just 4 people. Like, I love to bring, and you know this too, because I recently had my birthday, and it ended up being like a girls trip, and it was 6 of us, including me. But listen, I could have done 12. Like, I'm like, it could have been. I literally could have done 12, and I would have had a blast.
No,
but I think
you already know it would have been harder for you guys to get in the club.
It would have been harder for everything, even with 6. even with 6, there was a moment where a friend of ours was like, we were all sitting around, and she, you know, walked around for a second, and the security was kind of like, oh, you know, not Trey Songz.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez. Yes, you better know. Tory Lanez is in the building. Would love to you to just come in and be in the space with all these pretty women because she's a pretty girl. Right. And so then she was like, oh yeah, you know, great. Like, can I invite my friends? And he was like, how many? Like 5 of us.
And then he was like,
no. And that's exactly what would happen. That's why on the daily, domestically, home, yeah, you're going out with like 2 other girlfriends. It's not, but I don't know, there's a level of, there's levels in squad. So sometimes I could do the 2 or 3, sometimes it's just like, everybody just let's go and have a great time. But yeah, it all depends. It depends.
It's dependent.
It definitely depends. So what do you, in general, look for in friends? Because I think before we even talk about, and we did talk a little bit about squad goals, and for those who may not even know, and I feel like everyone knows it at this point, we are perhaps a little late to the game. Like, people were talking a lot about squad goals like 2014, 2015. It's just kind of that idea of, you know, you and your friends, like perhaps oftentimes it's social media related, like doing something extravagant, doing something fun, just looking like the vibe. Looking like the vibe. And so just going off that, Eb, like, what do you generally look for in friends?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just use my one example of like my friend that I love, which is Dana. Hey, Dana. Okay, so I feel like I definitely love or look for like loyalty. And when I mean loyalty, it's not like, oh, like, but I need you to have my back. Yes. At the end of the day, like, I need you to just have my back. Hey, girl, that don't look good. Or, hey, da-da-da, this so-and-so was talking about you. I just want to let you know. Like, you're trying to be friendly with her. I just want to let you know. Right. This, that, and the third. I've actually have a few friends like that. Ashley, my god sister Kristen. Like, I have a few people that in my circle that are kind of like, all right. Like, they have my back. So, definitely got to be loyal. Got to have my back. Fun. I need you to, and when I mean fun, I mean great personality. I want to be able to joke and banter with you. Akilah and I have this great energy that we exchange all the time, and it's just great. Like, you know, it's something that, you know, like, when I come to see you and hang out with you, I know it's going to be fun. Right. We don't even have to be doing anything. We could be chilling at the house watching music videos, and like, I know I'm going to have a blast.
That's so true.
I need that type of energy. Someone who's like positive, has positive energy, continues to give positive energy. Love that. Supportive. You know, someone who's gonna take your goals and dreams and be like, you can do this, da-da-da. Or, you know, I have a few people in my circle too right now that are kind of even taking it to the next level of support and being like, hey, I saw this good book, like, you should read this. Or like, I'm talking to them and I feel stressed about X, and they find the solution by like, here, you should read B, you know? So it feels really exchange worthy of like, oh, okay, cool. Like, they want to see me elevate, and I appreciate that.
Yes, those are all great qualities. And it's funny because I feel like those are qualities like you exude too. So you know what I mean? It's not like you're asking for things that are like, okay, girl. Your cup is empty. You know,
it's hard to keep it full. It's hard to keep it full, but you gotta do the work.
Stop it. Yeah. So you definitely, I can see that for sure.
What are your friend goals?
My friend goals. A lot of what you said. I think the big thing too is like energy. Energy. And it's not to say you can't have bad days. We all have bad days, but I like being around folks that I feel like are gonna just bring the best in me too. Like, and I feel like I can bring the best in them. Like, they're just positive vibes, or just like, just great energy. And then another thing for me is like, I'm like insanely curious and just love new things and all that. So I feel like, so it's just like, it helps to have someone who brings that too, who like has just something, I hate to say quirky, but like just something different about them where it's like, that's cool. And they're like really confident about that. I love it because it's like, you're teaching me something new without even knowing sometimes. Or just something really that I can feel like, okay, great. Like, it's not just a take situation. I feel like I'm getting something and I'm giving something hopefully to you too. Right. I think another big thing for me, like, endurance. Like, I was at this astrology session a couple weeks back, and the astrologist said this about like my friends and all that. Is definitely, that's a common quality. And I was like, oh, that's so true. Endurance. Okay. So it's like the friends that I have are friends that are really like long term, stand the test of time. Like, and so for that, they could be very different. It's not like all my friends have to be super social or out there, but I know at the end of the day they're loyal, that they're honest, that they're authentic in themselves, and I feel like they can like, it's not like, oh my gosh, we have one argument and we're done. You know,
like, you have to feel stressed about that person. Like, oh, they were talking talking crap about their friend?
Right.
Like, are you gonna talk crap about me
all
too?
of that.
Like,
it's like they're truly genuine people, and I think just, you know, all my friends, guys, girls, in between, like they're go-getters. Like I think that's a thing for me too. Like I just love to be
on
around,
that level.
Want to be around that level, and I love the idea of just like folks lifting you up too. And sometimes it's direct in terms of, hey, I saw this book, like you should read this book, and sometimes it's just by them being extraordinary what they do. They're like, you just want to be around that. So yeah, just fun. Literally, that's true too.
Right. Good time,
girls. We're doing all
just
this.
Wanna have fun.
Hey, oh, girls just wanna have fun. They really wanna. That's it.
And that's all.
That's all.
So I clearly, the question next is, have you ever had a squad goal moment? And I feel like you just did. So I feel like this question is unfair.
Yeah. There's always a squad goal moment. You know what a squad goal moment was? Us yesterday.
Yeah,
we literally had a great time. I think squad goal moments, like, you know, take beautiful like group pictures for the gram. Also, just not even for the gram, just like
for yourself.
You guys are just having fun, for memories, for the vaults, for, you know, having great stories.
That would be such a cute squad goal like present, like gift.
What?
Like just all the photos that you guys have taken on like maybe various trips, or maybe it was just one trip, but like doing a little like photo album.
Yes.
Because no one has those anymore. Like
so cute.
Bringing like doing like a throwback nostalgic moment, I feel like is like really special.
Right.
And like you like kind of scrapbook things and put different captions on stuff.
Yes.
It would take you a while.
It would definitely take a while. But no, that's a cute thing to do. And I think just in general too, I thought where you were going with this, because one thing that we did on the trip too, a friend brought like a Polaroid, and I like that's cute. You know, just taking old school photos sometimes and just living life, like living life.
Just trying to live life.
Shouts to Courtney. That was a squad goal moment for sure. What about you? Have you had one recently?
I mean, I wouldn't say. Oh my god, I'm trying to think now. I'm like, oh my god, someone's gonna kill me. Like, but there were two. So one was for my 24th birthday, I believe. I went to Arizona to celebrate my birthday, and I really wanted to actually go to Palm Springs, but Dana lived in Arizona at the time, so she was like, I don't know if I can make it out there, like da-da-da. So I said, well, I really want you to be there. So I'm going to change it. Instead of Palm Springs, we're going to Arizona. So it was me, my friend Jasmine, well, our friend Jasmine, and then, who I know I've talked about before, and then our friend Connor. And I went to high school with Connor, and then Connor went to ASU as well with all of us. So everyone knew each other. That's another thing for me. Like, if we go on a trip, it doesn't have to be, but I prefer for everyone to know each other. Ooh. It just makes the energy so much better, because then it's like you already know. Like, and we went to college together, so we've already been through crazy-ish together. We've already.
And you're not playing host. It's like
you're not playing host. Everyone knows each other, and I don't have to be oh this person does this. And it's like, oh my goodness, like we can all just talk and just it's fine.
Yeah.
So that was a squad goal moment, because we had a great we were there. We got there like basically 1 o'clock in the morning on like Saturday, and then we like kind of slept a little bit, got up, we did pool party, we did a ton of stuff in one day, had brunch the next day, and then left, and it was just the most amazing time. And then the last thing was like for my birthday, I had a little birthday party here with my at my dad's house, and the squad was the girls that were here with me before the party started, helping me set up, making the drinks, putting just really helping me get it together, and you know that came early. So like that for me, again, another squad moment.
Yes, those are good ones. Those are good ones. Yeah. And it's funny how like squad goals for us so far, and I'm sure there's a bunch in between, but it's like, okay, if we do group trips together, group activities, but it could be just like all of us chilling, like sleepovers type of thing. I remember like one time I did.
Can we do that?
Yes, we should. Literally, my most recent sleepover was probably like a year ago. Like with some of my friends, and we did karaoke together. We had matching pajamas.
Was it the same group in Miami?
It was most of the same group in Miami.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You have a squad over here.
A squad.
Unless I'm getting inducted into the squad, like I just can't.
Can't do it.
It's so sad.
We got to create our LA squad. Like I think that's gonna be our bucket list right now. I feel like basically it is creative. For shouts to those who attended our sexologist session a few months ago, because I feel like that
but we have to cultivate it.
We gotta cultivate it.
It's like you can't just do one. It's like squad goals. It's like we ride or die. We in this thing.
In the mix or the AKA. Like I mean,
we gotta figure it
out. The
swords
they're fun. They're fun. So I feel like that could be. That
could be the group, but it's like once a month we have to like make it a thing. Like,
definitely
gotta
make
it a trip. We're doing brunch. We're doing we gotta make it a thing.
Definitely.
Until the relationships are super cultivated,
super
and then
organic,
it's
and
like,
it's
all right,
kind of like
hashtag we out here, you know. Okay.
got the own group chat going, all of that. Yeah. All right, so on the flip side, I mean, we're talking about like great friends and what makes great friends and what makes squad goals and all that, and I love that we started with positive because that's just kind of the vibe. That is the vibe. But you also need to know like what to avoid in friend, or like what do you personally avoid? Have you ever had a friendship breakup, or just in general like friends that you're kind of like, you know what, I know you won't be in the squad?
Interesting. Yeah, I think like for me as a person, I'm not someone to like break up with anyone. Like relationships, friendships, like that's just not me. I just kind of let things ride out on their own. So even if I see the signs or know that like this isn't gonna work out, or there's something about this person that like makes me feel uneasy, I kind of just like, okay, like write it out, and eventually there is going to be a situation that is going to end the situation. Yes, so I just allow that situation to come to me instead of me seeking it out or stepping in it first. I'm not saying that's the best way to handle it. I think that I should be more upfront to be like figure this out, or like I just can't deal with it. But I don't know, I haven't. That's my journey. That's the empty cup. That's part of the empty cup I'm trying to fill up, because that part I definitely need to work on.
It's hard to do.
But yeah, I know. Go ahead, tell me your story.
No,
I know you got a good one.
Oh,
I know you got a good one.
Girl, I got a story.
I know you do.
But I love that it's singular. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like one person.
So right now watching, we know you know who you are.
Oh, she's not watching. Okay.
You never know who's watching.
But you never know. It's true. But I would say I got you when you said that, because I feel like when I was just thinking through it, I'm like, wow, like, you know, you do know the signs more often than not.
You do.
You do. And similarly, like, I'm like, okay, not every friend has to be for everything. So maybe his friend is going to be more this, you know, or that. So it's okay. But sometimes you don't recognize, or you do and you kind of avoid it just for the nature of keeping the peace. Like, at least for me, like, okay, well,
keeping the peace.
Yeah, let's keep the peace. And I know it doesn't really matter much to me. It's not a big deal. And then you recognize, no, that actually, even if it's so small, and even though you probably hang out with this person once every 2 months and text them it's still a level of energy that I know that I'm taking when you know you're not really rocking with this person, and perhaps vice versa. Perhaps it's like you're rocking with this person and you just know there's something that they're not sharing with you, or they're not being authentic in their relationship and feelings about you. Yeah. And you're still like, okay, well, they never said it, so I guess, you know, maybe it's in my head. Maybe it's whatever. Maybe we could just avoid it. And I do need to get better at that too, just being like, okay, and some things don't deserve a conversation, but sometimes it might, just to be like, hey, something's up. Is it in my head? Is it not? And, you know, let's move on from there. But yeah, friendship breakups, in terms of what I don't look for, it's kind of that. I think that authenticity, like kind of just like not if I know you're not for me, just okay.
So this is my thing, right? So the things that I definitely try to avoid in a person is like what I like to call difficult personalities. I don't know. That's the nicest thing I can tell it. Yeah. Difficult personalities, like people who just like always have an issue with things, or like issue oriented, and like always are finding something negative instead of just embracing it or like going with the flow. Like that for me bothers me. Or if they're like extremely picky in a situation that like you already know it's not the time and the place to be picky in the situation, because there's nothing we can do about it. So you're complaining about something that we can't fix, or you're not even trying to find a solution to fix. You're just complaining. Just
throwing it on there.
That to me also is another thing I want to avoid. Like having negative energy in any sense of the way of the term is something that I'm not saying we don't have negative moments. Yeah. But it's when it's a constant and you feel like every single thing is, oh, this is annoying. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh, this happened and that happened. And it's always, no. Yeah. That energy is not going to work for me at all. Like,
that's true. That's true. And you say that, and that's kind of why, a reason why, at least, me and my friend did break, because it was kind of one of those things too, where always bad news, always negativity, just always seemed to surround this person, to the point where I was kind of like, I know if it hits up my phone, I know what's gonna happen. I know we're gonna have to talk about something. I know you're mad about something that happened. I know, and you know, it's too much, or just that, or two, another thing too, when you as a person, and I think it's something that perhaps all of us need to recognize, whether we do or do not, but just when we tell things or tell stories or like share things about ourselves, and things always seem to be happening to you. And that's something where I like,
you're not taking responsibility.
No responsibility. It hits me. Because I'm like, sometimes, no, it truly is not your fault at all. Like, you know what I mean? When it's consistently, oh, life this happened. This person did this to me. This. I'm
You better speak up.
You know, because then I'm gonna say, well, what happened here? What did you do? And then I'm the bad guy because I'm like,
what do you mean? What did I do?
Right? No.
Listen, you gotta take responsibility and accountability for your own actions and what it is that you did to invoke a reaction from somebody else. Like, and if it was negative, then fine. But say like, yo, this happened, but I did take responsibility.
Right? I'm not gonna lie. I said this or I did this because you would gladly take responsibility for the good. And so I'm kind of like, when things keep happening to somebody, I feel like it's a level of, you know, just ownership in your life, you know.
Yeah. And the other thing too is like, I like friends that, you know, have some type of what am I trying to say? Just like, I'm not saying like, but like someone basically that can handle stress well, like in a way that's not always like, whoa, it's me.
Right,
like
right.
Yeah. In agreement with
all of that. And I think too, just, you know, it's hard to say, but you realize too, like sometimes as friends, you need to be on similar wavelengths and levels. Like you don't always want to be the friend, on the flip side too, that always has to say, oh, I can't go to this, or I can't do this, or, you know, or I don't know how best to explain it, but I think just as friends and friendships and whatever, like, you don't have to be on the exact same wavelength on every single other person there. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, and it's kind of like, it's unnecessary. Like, you want to be around people that I feel like are going to challenge you. But I think, and just me personally, like, if I feel like there's a group of people that I'm like, okay, I'm not ready for this yet. I'm not ready. Or I'm beyond this too. Like, because sometimes you recognize, oh, you know what? This is not my mind. I'm not going to clock you for this, but it's a reason for me to be like, well, maybe this might not be the squad.
For me.
The squad for me.
Yeah, totally. In a creative space, like, how do you feel like friendships work for you or work against you in that sense? Like, do you feel like you're, you know, looking for friends that are also in that creative space, or?
I think that's what I'm looking for now.
Yeah.
I'm
and
trying
what are
to
those qualities of those people?
Oh, like creative people in that space. I think just probably very literal, like your career might be more like within media and entertainment. I think that's, because it's something I've never quite had in a sense where I'm like, wow, like someone else who truly wants to be a host and wants to do, you know what I mean? It's different versus folks who are in different things. So I think just, one is the career itself. Like, what are you actually trying to do? I think two, just if you have different, not even to say hobbies, but really side hustles, really businesses, because I think the difference between creatives, they recognize that as businesses, as side hustles, as like, you know, passions, not hobbies, not you know, little projects that you're doing because you know, don't want to switch up the mundane of your 9 to 5. Like, I think that's the difference too. I'm looking for folks who are also in that space. And and you know, just like, you know, we always say, what people always say in entertainment is like, it's not what you know, it's who you know, right? That too. And so when you're finding people that are on your wavelength or in your energy of creativity, and you know, oh, this person's a director, oh, this one's a photographer, this one's a blah, and they're like on their way up, like Issa Rae said, you got to network across. And so like, we're gonna be that next generation, you know, like we're gonna be, oh, I'm friends, like the fact that like there's so many celebrities that are friends, grew up together, went to school together, did this, that, and the third. Not a coincidence.
Right, it's not a coincidence. It's crazy, but it's like, we're gonna be that next generation of people if we continue to just network within each other and like use each other to help each other out in that sense. And so like, looking for people who are obviously on time, people who take their profession seriously, who have like, you know, that are upfront about their prices and there's not any extra fees later. People who are, you know, going to come out with a great like business plan in a sense to be like, hey, like I do X, I charge, and here's my sheet and price cost. I'm available, you know, these days or whatever. Like someone who's also responsive. Like being responsive is so important. You know, like we've had obviously like just people like, you know, help in and out, which is wonderful. And we take any help we can get at, you know, especially at this stage in like what we're doing. But it's also like, we just want a little bit of communication. Like that is so important when you're in a business or in a friendship or in a work relationship. You gotta, even if it is kind of more of a freelance thing, like you've gotta just communicate. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I feel like, I mean, folks get it over time, because I think another thing too is just to accept criticism sometimes. And not even to see it as criticism, but more like, okay, maybe we don't see eye to eye on this creative thing, but like, I still want to see you win, or you should still want to see me win, and that's it. I want to know too, like just in general, guys, like you've learned so much about this. You learned so much about squads. You learned so much about friendship goals. I hope that after this you can say that, you know what, the Black Creators Club,
they're my squad.
Yes!
We're your squad.
We're your squad.
Yes, because we work so hard to do the show, and the best way you can repay us is to share the show with a friend, to subscribe to our YouTube page, on Apple, on Spotify podcasts. Everything is at the Black Creators Club. When you do, please rate. Like, you have to rate the show. Only if you're gonna rate it a 5. Rate the show. Leave a review on our podcast page. Comment on our show on YouTube. We'll read fan shoutouts on air. We'll totally engage with you guys. Like you said, this is a community. So also, if you have any questions, want folks to be guests, you want to yourself be a guest, contact us also via email at theblackcreatorsclub@gmail.com.
Oh, okay, you guys, we are excited because we have a game and we want to play real quick. So, we're always into our games. This game is going to be kind of like a take on concentration. So,
we're taking it back. We're taking it back.
Let's see if we can actually get this together. So, let's see.
So the game with concentration, we're just going to go around. You know how we do it. Play concentration. If we don't, you'll play along as we do it. We'll go around naming who we want as our celebrity besties. And we'll just go into the first one of us.
Mess up. Besties.
Squad goals besties, right? Okay. So wait, so that means
yes, there's
celebrity
more. Yeah, okay.
Oh, so you're going to name multiple people in the squad?
No.
No, one person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see how this
goes. We'll see. This might be a trial run.
Okay, here we go. Concentration.
Oh, wait, how do you say it?
How do you do it?
Oh, I go concentration, 64. No repeats, no hesitations. Names of celebrity besties. Rihanna.
Kelly Beyonce.
Oh, you made it multiple. Nicki Minaj.
Chloe and Halle.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know if I want her as my bestie. I've been seeing the things that happen, but go ahead.
I'm like, who the hell else would I even care to hang out with? Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, girl, you missed me with Jennifer. I'm like, who? Jennifer Lopez will be go. I'm messing up now. We still clapping. Who do I want? Who are celebrities? Wendy Williams.
Jason Lee.
Oh, I was like, we need some guys in this squad. Shoot, I can't think. Oh, Kanye West. Come on. Squad goals. No, he is goals, man. I would like, okay.
What? Okay.
Love Kanye.
Okay. We need a billionaire. Let's say Jay-Z. We need a billionaire in our squad.
Kylie Jenner.
Kim Kardashian.
She would be a good friend. Oh, Lala Anthony.
Oh,
she would be a dope friend.
Sierra.
Yes, she would be a dope friend. I'm gonna take Russell then. Russell Wilson. That's it. That's all we can do.
And we'll dump Carmelo Anthony.
No.
We don't want
We
him.
gonna be talking about Carmelo.
We also don't want Tristan Thompson. Oh my gosh. Okay, well I think that is a wrap on that game. Okay, because clearly I think we need a little more practice.
We do.
I don't know.
We do. Take it back.
Right, like who are these friends we're trying to have in our squad? But you guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We had an amazing time as per usual. We had a little fun. Today was just like a really fun little episode. Nothing crazy, nothing serious. I feel like we give you guys a lot of meaty content and like, so we need to just break it up and have a little fun. Yes, absolutely. So you guys continue to love us and subscribe to our channel. Watch, like, subscribe, all of the things. We really appreciate you guys. And again, Akilah, where can I find you on social media?
Yes, you can find me chatting media and motivation, all with a touch of style at Akilah Ffriend. I switch it up on Akilah Ffriend.
Oh, she's such a true Gemini.
Yeah,
right? Just the rebranding of it all. It's just, every week is different. Like, she be coming with it. She's so different. Okay, you guys can find me chatting everything Black-owned businesses and, of course, the Black Creators Club at Eboné Chatman 12 on Instagram. You guys, thank you so much. Remember to always abide by your ABCs.
Always be creating.
Bye.